Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my peoples and my guys, look alive, look alive. It's another episode of the JAMBOREE, produced by the LDBC, executive produced by the Faux Berserker Clan. We in this. My brother Fuller just fell in here. It was good, Fuller.
Chill, man.
How you
Things
feeling?
going. Yeah, man. I'm chilling, man.
Did you get to watch any battles? See, I was supposed to talk about EndGame debate. I was finally
um,
going to give Battle Rifle his, and we talked about it earlier. We hit each other up. I
yeah.
send him the link.
Mm-hmm.
If you're out there, Battle Rifle, please hop in. I don't feel like postponing this again. If we don't
Mm-hmm.
talk about it tonight, I'm not going to lie. I'm not really trying to really dwell on this shit again. The movie was trash.
Yeah.
Uh, there was so many incomplete things. We
Yeah.
didn't even see Bucky and motherfucking Captain America say bye to each other. That's like
Yeah.
me motherfucking hanging with Fuller and motherfucking let's just say that we go to the wrong neighborhood and I'm starting to fucking beef for Fuller because he's not starting to beef. Well, you have beef with some niggas, and I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
jumping in this shit for you. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm.
And we go through this whole shit and we battling each other's. Maybe some niggas that we might have been cool with, but me and you
Mm-hmm.
stick together. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
say, no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
even though we turning on our other peoples. You don't
Mm-hmm.
think at the end of the fucking day, if we turning on people and shit because of each other, I can't even say bye to you in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the people I'm talking about is the two people that I'm referring to was Bucky and Captain America. Basically, the dude that was the Winter Soldier
To be honest
with the
with you,
metal arm.
I've um just made a point to kind of like disregard the all the Avengers movies after the Infinity War. That's when I knew I was like done with it pretty much. Is because um there's only so much you can do with the series that is always looking for a way to reinvent itself basically. So with that being said, I just disregard it. Um I really didn't find any I to be honest with you, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I know it sounds like a bit biased, but the only reason why I kind of watched the Avengers was just basically for Spider-Man and Black Panther at the end of the day, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and to a lesser extent Iron Man. But other than that, I really don't really jam with Captain America. I think he's corny. And also,
I'm not gonna lie. I think that he had the best series of movies though, and the
I would
Avengers.
say that the thing is if you look closely, I know it sounds crazy, but if you look closely, the Captain American flag is actually a Puerto Rican flag.
I know
If you
what you're
look,
talking about. I
yeah,
know because of the how the
yeah,
Winter Soldier outfit is, where
yeah,
it's at like the chest part, stomach, chest
mm-hmm,
area. I know what you're talking about.
mm-hmm.
Battle rifle just fell in. Thank you for
Okay,
coming in, man.
okay.
Thank you. Battle rifle,
Thank
are
you
you
for
there?
having me.
Yeah, no
Yeah, I'm
problem.
here.
All right. I just already stated one thing that was trash about it before you jumped in. Did you hear what
Oh
I stated?
man, I didn't, but it better be good if you're gonna
What
disrespect
you
this
mean it better
segment.
be good? You don't tell
You
me if it better be good on my shit. Better the shit you better come with is heat.
I'm saying,
This is my home. Basically, we in the polo grounds right now. You are
I get
Harlem. We ain't
it,
in Florida.
but
We
I'm
ain't with you
okay,
in Keith
wow.
Thurman right now. Just picture yourself in New York right now.
I mean, I didn't mean it like that, but I'm saying like I think if you're gonna disrespect this masterpiece of a movie, you got to come correct.
This nigga said a master. This nigga said a master.
Masterpiece, man.
That
You haven't seen the.
Mona
You
Lisa,
have
that picture is a masterpiece. That shit wasn't no masterpiece.
that
That's what
thing
we
was
call a train
man.
wreck.
That movie is perfect, man.
That movie was not perfect, man. They had so
The
many
only
incomplete things, man. It should remind me
income,
of incomplete sentences. Why didn't Bucky and Captain America say bye to each other? What happened? What happened with Captain America at the end? Why are we guessing on what
I
happened?
mean, yeah, I
What
mean, yeah, they could
motherfucking
have.
timeline did they really motherfucking kill Thanos in? There is now that they killed him, does he even exist in the 2014 timeline? No, because they killed him, so he doesn't even exist in the 2014 timeline. Why didn't we have a cameo at the end of the movie? Why
I can't remember
didn't
who.
not cameo, you know, that end of the shit that they do, that video that leads into the next phase or something.
Oh, yeah, why
Why
wasn't
didn't
there end credits?
yeah, why didn't we get any of that? Why
Why
didn't we
would they
get the
need
end
to?
clip?
Why would they need to, bro? It's that not everything needs a sequel.
What you
Sometimes it
mean
might
not
be things that
everything needs a damn sequel?
and
Nigga,
don't.
Fast and Furious, I've been saying that shit need to stop. It don't need no sequels. They keep going with the shit.
Yeah, like Avengers, they just explored the storyline. Now they be looking at the Spider-Man trailer that it's going to be a multiverse, so
What's up,
they can go
Stephen
anywhere they
tonight?
want with it. What'd you say that?
Involving spoilers too long. Nah, I'm just saying, man. Shout out to Thief of the Night for jumping in the chat. I was reading what he had typed or whatever. Yeah, man. I just think it was a ton of things wrong with it, man. It was another thing that yeah, it just I don't know, it just left me with more questions than answers. And this is the last movie. You shouldn't be like that. What was so great about this movie? Tell the people out there what was so great about this movie, please. Please, man.
Gladly, gladly.
He said gladly. This guy's hilarious. This guy, go ahead, please. I'll go
First
on
of
mute.
all, the movie was excellently paced for a 3 hour long movie. That movie was excellently paced. It had great casting from everybody. You can't say not one person in the Avengers was
I agree with
miscast.
the casting. I think that the casting was good. I think the casting was good. Go ahead.
And then if we look at the setup, just the entire Avengers world, like the entire world building they did, it was amazing. Like almost everything fell into place like it should have. I think the only thing that didn't fall into place was probably Captain Marvel. And that's just because nobody was super interested in her storyline. She didn't add a whole bunch to it.
I
Almost every
think they
Avenger
sounded like a record though. They said that movie did some type of record though.
with the box office.
Yeah, it did something.
That's why they're re-releasing it in theaters because they're trying to beat Avatar.
Oh
So
damn.
when they re-release it in theaters, they're
Mhm.
trying to surpass Avatar's like box office numbers. They
Oh,
was pretty close, but they're not there yet. Like they're like second now. But you believe they already surpassed movies like Alien and Titanic and Fast and
yeah,
the Furious.
a lot of movies past Titanic, man. And yo, Thief in the Night, if you
To
still
be
there.
honest, and when and
And
not
go
to
ahead, Fula. What do you feel about the movie? But before you go, Thief in the Night, I just want to say, bro, one day, the next time I do the URL on Tuesday, I'm gonna need you to jump on the panel with me just to hold down Hyphy's spot because Hyphy's still on vacation, if you don't mind, sir. You know what I mean? Because you know a lot about it. If you don't mind. You know what I'm
where
saying?
did Hyphy go?
I think he went to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
See, a lot of people I know went to Mexico because they do. Normally, everybody goes to DR, but ain't nobody going to DR right
Yeah,
now.
because it's not safe, bro. I just read
I
another
told my
report.
girl I don't want her to go. She want to go see her grandma. Tell her about the,
No, I read another report that someone who's like from yoga, a yoga person,
Mhm.
they got killed, and they're a native Dominican.
Mm.
So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's really the issue happening over there right now. it has been a lot of things going on, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't really know. Um, but anyhow, I was gonna say something. Uh, I will say this. I will I will say that that the last Alien movie was trash. I'll say that that movie was absolute trash because Battle Rifle mentioned Alien.
I mean, I didn't think that
Uh,
that was that bad, but I
What
don't want
movie
to
was?
go too. I don't want to go too off topic, man. Let's
nah,
just.
but I was just you mentioned Alien, and I'm just saying that the last Alien movie was not that great. It was kind of
I didn't
trash
think
to
it
me.
was that great either, but I didn't think it was crazy bad though.
Alien Covenant is trash. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, yeah, it's trash. But anyhow, I really didn't think Avengers Endgame was that great. To be honest with you, it's just there was not really any. How should I put it? There was not really any how should
Flair,
I,
Flair.
yeah, it was really no flair, and I'm sorry to say it with the end game, it was kind of, I don't want to say this, but it was kind of like predictable. Like that's the thing. It wasn't really like in it. I mean, when you release all these Marvel movies, especially Avengers, there's only so much you can do. You know, there's only so much you can change in the plot twists and stuff like that. And so this is why I feel like the Spider-Man movies, the when they released the Spider-Man 2 and they released the Spider-Man 3, there's only so much you can do, you know, in those movies because it's like you've already exhausted the story, you know, and so if you how should I say it? If you really want to do something like good, you have to like really turn it up. Like you have to really like turn up and do some amazing stuff, you know, like have some cameos or something like that, you know, like some heavy duty cameos, you know. So this is why I don't really get down with in game like that, you know. It's only too much. It's only like so much you can do.
Battle rifle. Do you want to rebuttal that?
Man, I think I don't know. Maybe y'all expectations was a little too high or something. But as far as a movie, it's not even like a movie like it's just dumb fun. It's not a movie where it's just like it's not a movie where it just like sets your right expectations. Of course, if people telling you it's the greatest movie ever, or it's the greatest superhero movie ever, then that's too much. But as far as the movie, the story, the action, what the world building they set up, the acting, the action, the acting, and the what else? Shoot, the like the enemies were amazing. Like I don't think there's a better villain out there when it comes to like superhero movies like ever. I don't think I've ever seen one that owned up to the name of Thanos. So when it came to that movie, it was just almost amazing on all parts. Like I know a lot of people were just not used to seeing.
Pleasure role in the Dark Knight was way you don't nah man. The Joker is a way more
I
iconic
mean,
than
okay, I give you
Thanos.
that. Joker is a great villain. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's probably nobody else you can probably name besides the Joker, or I don't know, maybe Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda, but it's
No,
very.
there's more bad guys, man. Stop, bro. Stop, man.
Who owns up to the name of Thanos
Come
besides
on, side, man. In DC, man. Stop,
who?
bro. They
Who?
ain't no. Yeah, and he's gonna come. They going into their phases in DC. Dark side.
With Dark Side, there hasn't been a movie for Dark Side, so you can't say that.
Well,
You
well,
mentioned Injustice video game.
well, you said, well, you mean as far as incorporated in the movie? That's what you
Yeah,
mean.
in the movie,
Uh,
there's no superhero villain that really owns up to Thanos besides like Heath Ledger's
you
Joker.
mean in power wise?
No, not power wise. As far as like
You mean
an excellent,
overall?
an ex,
Nah, hell no, man. You bugging out, man.
who owns
You
up to? Okay, you
bugging,
know what?
bro.
You know what? I would name the top villains I've ever seen in comic book movies. I would probably say number five. No, I probably say number five. Somebody,
Fucking
if I'm just
Jamie
naming.
Foxx did his thing in that second Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Oh
You,
no,
you
no, no,
crazy,
no.
Electro?
Not put
You looking
Thanos
at you
in
looking
elect.
at the power. You
Will
looking
not.
at the power and
It's
all
not
of that. Don't
you.
get me wrong, it was cute. He went around collecting the stones and he had a little cute little, you know what I mean, one-liners. But you ain't selling me with that.
Thanos is not in the same category. I mean, Electro is not in the
Nigga,
same
matter of fact,
category.
Tom Hardy in motherfucking Batman,
Bane,
The Dark Knight Rises, when he played Bane,
Bane,
and that wasn't even
Bane,
interpreted the right way. That ain't
Bane
even
was a good villain.
Bane.
Yeah, Bane was
Bane
a good villain.
wasn't no English white dude. He was from Brazil, and he
Tom,
was skinny, and he was supposed to be on that Venom shit that
Hey,
pumps him up.
hey, I don't mean to cut you off, but Alberto Machado needs to change his trainer
Oh, I forgot
because
all about that shit, man.
did he
he got
win?
stopped.
Did he
No,
win
he got stopped in the third.
Oh, he
again?
got stopped again.
Oh,
Damn.
crazy! Alberto Machado was my dude. That's
No,
crazy.
no, no, that shouldn't be your dude anymore. He
Nigga,
was
me
in
and
the
Fula
third
say he
round.
was gonna lose again. He got hit in the belly again.
Yeah, I think so.
Bro,
Yeah,
he got that.
belly.
He got
It
that
was a
game
hidden
changing
body
right
shot.
hook again. He
No,
got stopped with a body shot again.
yeah, it was a hidden body
Oh
shot.
my god, man.
Yo,
See, I can't even. I don't even feel like really like. Nah, let me see it, man. Let me just go on my phone real quick. Nigga, battle rifle left our conversation to go look at the knockout. See this shit?
Freddie Rose, I think he headbutted Cancio. You know, he headbutted Cancio.
How you gonna leave our conversation to see the
Let
knockout?
me see. Let me see. Let me see where it happened. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I'm watching it
Body
right
shot.
now.
Yup. Body shot. Liver shot. A delayed liver
he got
shot.
stopped the first time with a body shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over, Alberto Machado.
I don't know if he can bounce back from this. He got to
Oh,
stop
he
by
got a
body
cut
shot.
on his head. He got a cut that was from that headbutt you was talking about, fool.
Yeah, it was probably from the head, but you know what? I'm about to make a video and tell him, you know what, dude, change your trainer because he's not doing
Ready
it
to
any
joke,
good.
Coach Roach,
That nigga,
and we
that
still
nigga-
touching on boxing. And the nigga probably got to go to work on Monday again.
that nigga told his boss, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take the night shift tomorrow because I need to recover. I need to go to
Facts, yeah, that day, yeah.
I need to go to the.
He
Yeah, I need
deserved
to go
it.
to
He
this.
deserved it. He deserved it.
And the thing is, Alberto Machado's dummy self wanted to.
He thought because he fights, he knows in a lot of cases at 130, he's a bigger, taller guy. But that's exactly what I was telling. I swear, when Junior used to have the phone lines open, I called Junior and I said, I know how to beat that dude, bro. Just that style right there. You don't even have to. If you just feel like having relentless pressure, yeah, you may take a couple shots. But if you stay in close and don't exert, man, energy, you know what I mean, and just keep hitting this nigga to the body. Like I already knew it, bro.
Nigga is brawling.
I knew it, bro. You sit in the pocket with this dumbass nigga and hit him in the liver.
Brawl. I'm like, nigga, stop brawling, nigga. You're getting hit too much, nigga.
Fucking would have hit him with I would have tapped, right hook to the gut, uppercut, right hook to the gut again, and sent him back wherever the fuck he came from.
That nigga, all he was doing was brawling that whole time. and that body shot was a delayed body shot, and that nigga didn't want to get up. That nigga didn't want to get up in time, so the referee stopped it. So, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out what round in the last fight did Machado get stopped.
I don't even remember, bro. I know this fight was early.
I think it was early. Too. Maybe I'm wrong.
It was early, but I don't know if it was early as this.
You know, the thing is about this fight, man, Alberto Machado, I mean, yeah, he tried to show some like good footwork and shit like that, but he was still getting hit.
Damn, I forgot about the shit. You just told me about this shit. I would have just kept the volume low and watched it and been talking like I normally do. Got all about this shit.
So Freddie Roach, you're fired. If I were, you know what? I'm gonna drop a video tonight talking about how crappy.
We need to holler at my son Pedro Diaz, my Cuban brother.
I'm about to drag Freddie Roach tonight. Yeah. No, I'm about to drag Freddie Roach tonight. Like it's drag Roach tonight. I'm about to really drag this nigga, man.
And Cachano had them rival gloves on. Them shits don't hurt. Your punk ass.
He had rivals.
Yeah, those is rival gloves.
Arthur better be of where.
Cancio?
Yeah, Cancio. Yeah, Cancio.
Arthur better be of exclusively wear rival gloves, and he not people to freak out.
Hey, you know what though,
just
bro?
don't hurt. Them horse hurt.
Freddie Roach is a no good. That nigga is trash. That nigga is absolute trash, dude. That nigga.
Man,
I don't know what he was telling him in his corner, my dude. That nigga is. I don't know why you would want him as a trainer. I don't know why you would want him as a trainer. That dude is absolute rubbish, man. You know? Seriously. He's been waiting long enough, so let me get my cuts filled up and promoters and see what they want. But I told them I don't care who it is. Jojo Diaz.
Oh, he said don't fight Jojo Diaz, my nigga.
Yeah, he needs to. Hey,
because I ain't gonna front. They gonna make that fight.
Hey man, he just like ended his crap.
I ain't gonna lie. Castano, man, I like you, champ, but don't take that Jojo Diaz fight.
You talking about Andrew Casio?
Castillo, sorry, I always say his name.
No, Andrew Casio. Nah, yeah. Man, this nigga is really. It's sad. I'm like, what the hell? This nigga got beat again.
Cause I ain't gonna front. You could try to hit Jojo Diaz in the belly button like that all you want. He ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
That nigga's a dog. That nigga's a dog. I ain't gonna front.
I mean, did you think it was a good fight with him and
Gary Russell? Nigga, Gary Russell had me fucking scared, nigga. Gary Russell had me scared, nigga.
He held his own.
Yeah, I mean, he had him falling all around the ring and shit like that. I'm like, oh, hold on now.
Yeah, dude, that thing.
I mean, he's been looking that way his past few fights, but I feel like if you're gonna struggle, at least like show me that you're trying. And he was trying. He was definitely trying. Like I feel like a lot of people they struggle the first fight they get in. That's a step up in competition.
That fight was sad though, dude. Like he did the wrong strategy trying to brawl it out with that nigga because he has a damn chin. That nigga had a beard on him.
Oh my goodness, he came right around right there. Oh my goodness.
It was a delayed reaction.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, damn.
He hit him with a perfect shot right in the liver.
Dude, this nigga again. The same thing happened again. Like my dude. Like, and this time I think this fight ended sooner.
Yeah, I know. I believe all the rumors and sparring about what Tank did.
And you know what? Machado needs to change trainers because this
change his trainer to Abel Sanchez.
That's even worse.
Nigga gonna have CTE.
That's even worse. You really trying to like you really trying to like, how should I say it? Like, leave him for dead because Abel Sanchez, that's even a worse choice. Yeah, yeah, man. Machado out of there, bro. Sad. That nigga, that nigga. I used to think something of him about being a future of Puerto Rican boxing, but I can't say that. You know, unless he has a hell of a bounce back. That's the only way I can say that.
Oh, he gonna move up to 35.
This fight ends in the 3rd round.
Okay. Is it a DAZN curse? Will the same thing happen to AJ? What y'all think? Y'all think it's a DAZN curse?
Sure, I don't know, man. It may be. I can't even tell you, man. You know, I can't even give you the scoop. You know.
Let me shout out Shakita, appreciate you. What's good, Stormy B? He said, my movie. Stormy B, don't tell me that you like that movie, Stormy B. Stormy B, I thought you had better taste than that, champ. Don't tell me you like that movie.
What movie?
We talking about Avengers Endgame. I should have brought you on because I know that you know. I forgot you a movie guy. Shout out to my brother Scrapbook. Go ahead. What was you saying, Battle Rifle? Because one person agreed. Because one fucking person agreed, Battle Rifle.
Man, Endgame is just amazing. Look, I don't know if you guys know this, but 2019 has been a really, really shitty year for movies. I don't think people understand. Endgame was the only refresher, I'd say, besides How to Train Your Dragon and Booksmart. Detective Pikachu was okay. It wasn't bad. But everything else...
I ain't see Aladdin.
It could have been a great movie, but like the only redeeming part about
that, they should have bought it out like fucking Pokemon. What was the problem with just bringing that shit out like Pokemon? I don't understand that.
I mean, the thing about the movie, almost every single character in the movie is forgettable. They're not relatable at all. But the only person who brings the movie to another level is Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, and he's so funny as Pikachu. Yeah, I didn't think he would be a good Pikachu, but he actually is.
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
You said Power Rangers was better than Endgame. I thought you was high that day. That was I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Oh, brother, I'm in tune. I'm in tune. I just don't think it was a good movie. I didn't probably really mean it. I was just being an asshole with that, but I don't think Endgame was a good movie though.
I think Endgame was literally like
the only thing about Power Rangers that I did like I told you, was the Yellow Ranger in there.
What about the Blue Ranger?
The black,
he from Florida, bro. He from where I'm from.
What the hell that got to do with me? That's your man.
He was the funniest person. He was the funniest Power Ranger.
He was funny. I'll admit that, but he was goofy sometimes. So he had certain scenes he became a goof. But I will say
one of the most likable. He was probably one of the most likable Power Rangers, other than the Asian guy. But he was like only like the most likable one.
Why we gotta do the likable because Asian and black people? Come on, man. Don't do that.
Because I'm not saying like, everybody else was
white boy wasn't nice because he was thugging.
No, it's just that almost everybody else was boring. I mean, Becky G was okay.
That's the Yellow Ranger. That's the one I liked.
Yeah, everybody wasn't bad, but they wasn't great either.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, that if they want to spice up this whole franchise, now I'm not saying it will work, but I honestly would want to see a Marvel versus Capcom movie. Cross that shit over. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they could come up with. Don't make it corny like that Batman and Superman movie. That was horrible. Oh my God. That was one of the worst things I saw in my life. That movie was horrible. You know, I'm like, what the hell were y'all thinking? But I think a Marvel versus Capcom movie can work. That's just my personal opinion. Imagine all them niggas. Like, cause I mean, at the end of the day, they have
What'd you
the same
say?
scene.
You said a Marvel vs. Capcom movie?
Yeah, because
That would be dope with Mega Man and
yeah, that's
Akuma
what I'm
and the
saying.
Street
Because at
Fighter.
the end of the day, look, during the Avengers Civil War, I'm not saying all the movie would be a battle scene, like that it would just be a battle scene. But I'm just saying that if you have Marvel versus Capcom, that would make for some good ass fights, you know?
I mean, the thing about it, you can tell Endgame is better than Civil War just for the simple fact the stakes wasn't as high. The stakes in Endgame was like really high. I mean, even with them bringing the characters back, it was really high. Thanos is a force to be reckoned with. I get why some people just don't like the time travel elements of Endgame because it's an open. It's like a can of worms. Time travel, anything can be a can of worms. But Endgame, I think, is like literally top 3 Marvel movie. I can understand if somebody puts Winter Soldier or Infinity War over Endgame, but I still think if Endgame is like literally one of the top dogs. It's just amazing everything like that. I mean, was your theater going crazy when Captain Marvel? I mean, when Captain America picked up like you know what?
Oh yeah.
My theater went ham, and when he said Avengers Assemble, when I say they was screaming, that was like one of the best like movie experience I ever had. Like me being in the theater, other than like I can't remember like what's a good moment. Like me watching Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and then her picking up the lightsaber.
Mhm.
The theater
You
went
know, I'm
nuts.
not gonna lie to you.
Yo,
Even that
I
movie,
sent you the
even
link,
that movie,
Stormy B.
you know,
It's not working. I sent you the link, bro.
you know what, man?
It's Stormy B Man at yahoo.com, right?
You know, I hate to say this, Battle Rifle, but even that movie, that Star Wars: The Force Awakens, I wasn't really feeling it, bro. I
Yeah,
was
me
like,
either.
you know, I was just like, okay, you know, I respect you guys for doing what you do and stuff like that, carrying on the franchise, but I really wasn't like feeling that movie, you know.
I mean, I can understand that people just didn't feel all that great about it, but I thought it was almost excellent. I like the Last Jedi too, even though so much how much hate it got. But I like the Last Jedi too. It was like one of the funner movie experiences I had. I don't think it was good as the Force Awakens, but I still enjoyed the movie. Force Awakens, I feel like it went into a good direction if you were going to bring Star Wars back. Like, because if I know, like I think Ack was talking about they should bring in Star Killer, but I doubt that. I highly doubt that's going to happen just because of the simple fact that he's way, way, way too powerful. So if they're going to go in that direction,
He dies anyway, though.
yeah, but he's
They
still
can
way
do
too
it.
powerful.
They do it.
I think
They can do it.
if you were to like if you had like a ruler and you can measure his power, it would probably be like 3 times stronger than Darth Vader and Darth Maul. So that's just insane. That makes him the strongest Sith like ever.
Yeah, but he still end up dying, so it don't even matter how strong he is.
I mean,
They
that's
just
if the
have it
process is
as long as
complete.
they set it up like the video game, he end up dying anyway. So
Yeah,
You
but the
know,
thing is, if he dies, if spoilers, if you haven't played the game, if he dies
he
exactly how
says,
he,
well, I'm pretty sure
I,
niggas played the game, man. That shit is old as shit, man. You should have
I
played
mean,
the
okay,
first
well,
game.
I mean, you should have played it by now. Okay, I'm trying to say it. Spoilers, like he dies, but he dies by a clone. If they have a clone, then that would still technically make him the strongest being. His clone would be the strongest being, and at that point, nobody could stop him.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I wasn't really jacking these Star Wars, these new ones, man. Like, to be honest with you, I really didn't make an effort to go even see the newer ones. It's just that sometimes you have a formula,
They should have did it
and
like the
and, and,
comic book.
and, and you have to leave that formula untouched. Like the Star Wars, like I get the Star Wars, the first 6 Star Wars, like A New Hope, um, and all of those. I get that. Those are good ones. Okay, that had a good formula. But then like to come back and try to like reinvent the wheel and like try to make a different storyline and stuff like that. I wasn't really feeling that. They should have made, honestly, as you said, they should have made a Star Wars based off of one of the comic books, like one of the graphic novels. That would have been better.
Yo, bro,
You
if they
know?
would have did it like how they did it, yo, the comic book was so dope. I love the way it ended. Cause basically after, they defeat, Dark Vader and all of them, Han Solo and Leia have twins, Jason and Jamie, Solo. And then they end up having a third baby after that, which is Anakin Solo. So basically, they have twins, a boy and a girl, and then another boy. The shit is dope, bro. Like that whole storyline, like was just dope. Like me and my homegirl Gina, I used to work with. It's a white girl. I love her to death. She's a Bills fan too. We used to always talk about that. I used to tell her how I wish that they did it like that. That shit was dope. And so what ends up happening is, right, one day the Jedi, the baby brother who was Anakin Solo, when he was little, he would always have dreams about the grandpa. Anyway, but
I mean, what do you think of Kylo Ren as a villain?
no. But look. Let me just finish real quick. So basically, Anakin Solo ends up dying. The twin brother, he ends up, blaming the Jedi because the baby brother dies. He ends up becoming, I forgot, Darth something, and because there's this woman that's like a Sith, and this time, and this shit was just dope how she turns him. So basically, the twin brother and twin sister got to fight each other.
That,
So
I mean, if you're gonna make a,
that,
motivation.
that shit was just dope. But anyway, Stormy B fell in here. Let me show love to the brother. Chirac is in the building. We're shaking. Stormy B. Stormy B, you there? Stormy.
Yeah, man, I'm here. I had my mic on mute.
All right, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming on. I know you the movie man, so what do you think about the new Star Wars films? Have you caught any of them?
Oh, I caught all of them.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Excuse me, sir.
Oh yeah. Well, that's my thing. I am the movie guy, man. It's like, but I had to ask you a question about why was Endgame not a good movie to you?
Right?
Uh,
That's what I'm saying.
hold on. He asked me a question, Battle Rifle. Thank you, sir. Excuse me. He asked me, like, man to man, what I don't like about it. Now, what I didn't like about it was very incomplete to me. I felt like
Now,
there were certain things in the movie that I brought up earlier. I don't know if you was listening. I was saying how, you know, um, with certain things in the movie that was undone. We didn't know what happened with the Winter Soldier and Captain America, or Bucky and Captain America. You would think, they would, have some type of ending. We also don't really know what happened at the end when Captain America, what direction he went. It did, he ended up coming back and frozen in time, or did he end up staying with the lady and dying? And it was like so many parallel. And then the Thanos thing. So now that they killed him, he doesn't exist in the 2014 timeline, or and I just know certain things like this because I'm comic book head like that. So there was a lot of things in there, and then there's more things. I'm just probably not thinking right now. But
Yeah, that's what it is. You're not thinking right now, son. But I'm gonna help.
ah,
I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out a lot. First of all, have you been on this ride since 2008?
I'm telling you, I've
If
been
you
around.
if no, I'm saying I'm talking about the Marvel films. Have you been
I've
on
been
that
around. Let
journey?
me tell you something, Stormy B. I've been around since I was a kid watching Blade.
No.
I've been
Blade don't
around
have
since
nothing to do
then.
with this. Have you been watching
Yes,
since
yes, I
Iron
have.
Man 1?
Yes, I
Since
have.
Iron Man 1.
And since Incredible Hulk at
Okay.
the end of that
So
cameo.
so so what we're talking about here is a 23 film arc, okay, of a story. Now the arc ends with Spider-Man Far From Home, which ain't came out yet. Even though Endgame is the end of the 10 years of storytelling, Spider-Man Far From Home is going to answer some questions that you have because it's the world after the events of Endgame, and it will also open up the avenues for what's coming. Because even though Endgame ended a certain storyline, basically it ended Tony Stark's storyline. But the snaps, there were 4 snaps with the Infinity Gauntlet. Two by Thanos, one by Hulk, one by Stark. Now, if you saw the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home, Nick Fury is telling Spider-Man, Peter Parker, when he introduces him to Mysterio, he says,
I like that they put Mysterio in it. Thought that was
okay,
dope. Always
okay,
loved
listen to
Mysterio.
this point. This is very important. He in the trailer. I don't even know if it's gonna be in the movie because they sometimes show you stuff in the trailer that's not in the movie. That's to get you to come see the movie. It's advertising. But in the trailer, Nick Fury tells Peter Parker when he introduces him to Mysterio, he's like, meet whatever his name is. He says, he's from Earth, just not ours. And Peter walks up to him and says, wait a minute, are you telling me that there's a multiverse? Boom. Okay, the snaps created alternate universes. Okay, so now what we have is we're going to have more of the stuff from the comics. Like in the comics, our world is known as Earth 616, but there are other Earths, right? So, with that being said, what Steve Rogers did, he created an alternate timeline. He wasn't supposed to do it, but he did it. He did it for a selfish reason, so he can be with the woman. Okay? That's a story that's still to be played out. Now, like I said, Stark's story came to an end. You mentioned something about Winter Soldier and Cap. Cap had already let the Winter Soldier know what he was going to do. That's why he told Sam, go on over there, because he knew what Steve was going to do. Nobody else knew. And the thing about that is when the Ancient One told Hulk or Banner that if these stones are not returned to their proper timeline in time, what will happen is you will create alternate timelines. You won't erase the history that you have, but you will create new histories.
Stormy, can I ask you? And the way he got them stones off of Thanos' arms, come on, bro. Come on, man. There's no
He
way he should have been able to
had a
do that, bro. That wasn't realistic, man.
He had a
Well,
separate.
you understand that Stark designed his own gauntlet. You don't know what his gauntlet is
Exactly.
capable of.
Yeah, but yeah, we do, man. He should never been able to do that. Thanos should have been already able to read the play. They
No,
made
look, like
come
if you
on, man.
if
They
you look
gotta
at
make it more complex than that, man.
Well,
no,
see
look,
now,
what,
Act,
Y'all
what you're
keep trying
trying
to
to
say
do.
the move. Yeah, no, but I know I know what I'm saying. They didn't really end Bucky in Captain America like that.
no, okay, look,
It was
I
a
will
lot of stuff that
look,
was incomplete. It
I will get
was. I'm just being
look,
honest, guys.
look, I will get to the Captain America
And
and
it
Bucky.
wasn't exciting like that. The best one to me, yo, I always say is Civil War. Civil War was way better, bro. Like them going against each other and all that, that threw me for a loop. Not this one. This one was really
Well, see,
dull
what
to me.
you're talking about now is what your personal preferences are. But you're saying that it's not a good movie that's not factual.
I mean,
That's not
I'll
factual.
be honest. I didn't think it was. That's my opinion. I don't think it was a good movie. I didn't like it.
Well, you can say
I,
you didn't like it, but it's a
it
very
wasn't
good movie.
great. It wasn't
You
a
know why
great.
it was a good movie? You know why it was a good movie, Act? Because after 21 films that came before it, they were able to sow the seeds of everything that came before with the stories that crossed over. And they gave you a finale. And the finale
But
was
that's good script writing. We can't say that. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean cinematically though, Stormy B. You know what I
oh, so
mean?
hey, listen, man. Anytime a movie makes me feel emotional, okay, I look, man. You know how old I am? I'm sitting up in there getting all teary eyed and everything, man. I ain't had a
It's the
cinematic
music.
experience.
It's the music, Stormy B. It's the
No, man.
music.
Listen, I ain't got, like that. I can't say ever. But you know why? It's because I was totally invested. Those films for me are like an escape for me. I work hard every day. I take care of my family. I do what I'm supposed to do, whatever. But those films are like an escape for me. In my little man cave room here, I got posters and stuff of these films all on the walls and everything. But what I'm saying is that's what they did. They were able to give that to people, and that's very difficult to do. For an example, when I first started talking, you told me about the Star Wars. Did I like the Star Wars film? That last Star Wars film, the one where
The Last
they
Jedi.
yeah, that that director, he totally shit on the franchise. He did. J.J. Abrams left him story details and plot elements that he was supposed to carry the story on. He threw it out and did his own thing and left everything all messed up. And it was like a disjointed affair because you didn't understand where Ray came from. There was so much that was supposed to get taken care of in the second installment, and he didn't. Excuse me, he didn't do it. Now J.J. Abrams has to pull off a miracle with this next film that's coming to kind of like even wipe away what this guy did. Ryan Johnson did with the Last Jedi. He totally screwed the franchise up with that.
But to me, what was another great movie? Matter of fact, let me get in the chat first. Um, dang, where was I at? I still ain't get the opinion hardcore comics, but I see all the movies since '08. The boxing plug act MCU is alternate universe like the comics. Is just like a movie director telling their version of Infinity War. Yeah, Endgame created the multiverse, but Tony Stark created the gauntlet. You reaching act. I ain't reaching. Infinity War to me, Civil War was hard. Thank you, E. Woodson. I got to see Endgame. I heard it was dope. Act didn't like it because it wasn't beeping every 30 seconds. Laugh out loud. I like how they gave teasers at the end of Marvel credits. I feel like Star Wars could have been better, E. Woodson said. Um, Yeah, like I said, that's just my opinion. You know, I like the very first Avengers movie was great. I remember my cousin from Queens was moving to Florida at the time, and I remember me, him, and my sister. We caught the movie, and I thought that was really dope. How they put multiple superheroes on the, it was great. It was a new idea, and I loved it. You know what I mean? It didn't feel rushed. Certain movies, you gotta understand, I was in drama class and stuff like that when I was a kid and stuff like that. So, what I mean? I used to do plays like that. I used to have to write scripts and stuff like that, and I was very good at English. You know what I mean? It was very easy to me. I was the type of person, I ain't really have to go to English class. I will always get A's in the essays, like I'm telling you, bro. But me personally, I just don't. That's just me. I just didn't like. I didn't think it was. Don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm doodling on all of the franchise. If I didn't like that particular movie, that's my opinion. I personally like the Civil War. I'm not knocking you guys because you guys liked it. I just know a gang of people that didn't like it, that agreed with me that it didn't hold that much substance. Me personally, I think that there was a lot of other movies better than that one. I thought that the Logan movie was really good. I thought that, just because I didn't like that particular one, I don't feel like we should be persecuting or that's just my opinion. I really didn't like it. Like I said,
One
there was other movies that I liked. I really did like like I said, the Logan movie. Like I told y'all, the Civil War movie. Um, Guardian of the Galaxy 1 and 2 wasn't bad. I thought both of those was really good movies. You know, I'm just being honest. There was, I'm just fair when it comes to it. It's like the Wolverine movies. Like I really didn't like any of those because I would have did Wolverine a completely different way. The only one I did like I said, was the Logan one, the last one, because I felt like they kind of messed it up. Um,
one good thing about
Go ahead, go ahead.
the two films, Infinity War and
I liked the
and
Infinity War one better though. If you had to ask me, I did
the
like
one
that one
thing
better.
about those two films is that they are a two-part saga. I remember when years ago when they announced phase 3 for the films that they were going to be bringing, and they originally called it Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. And it wasn't until they went into production of the film Infinity War that they decided that they would not calling them Part 1 and Part 2 because the tones of the two films were different. That's what they said when they were filming them. And now that I've seen the completed product, I understand what they meant when they said that, because the 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 first film, Infinity War, was these heroes who were separated, facing their greatest challenge ever, but the reason that they couldn't prevail is because they weren't united. And part 2 was them dealing with the fact that because they weren't united, they failed. But it would take and require them to become united to persevere and to get back or whatever. And what that there's so much symbolism in that it's really good, because you're talking about something that is much deeper than how you see things on the surface, and it's also why they had an end story with Stark, because if you look at Stark in the beginning, he was the most selfish, you know, irreprehensible dude. You just didn't like the guy, you know. But by the end of the film, by the end of the end game, he became a real hero. And it goes back to even the first Avengers film when they were arguing on the helicarrier, and Cap and him was having a go at each other. And Cap said, "You think you're a hero?" He was like, "Why don't you lay down your life and put?" He was like, "What, like you?" He was like, "I just cut the wire." In other words, Stark was very, very selfish and self-centered, but he evolved. He evolved to the point where he had to save the entire universe with his own sacrifice. That's some heavy stuff, you know, but it's something to be said about that, and teamwork and things like that, which is why I said the film was very good, but you had to be invested. If you were looking for personal things, maybe it didn't deliver personal things for you, maybe it did. Like there was a lot of fan service in the film as well, like the picking up the Mjolnir and seeing Thor wield two hammers and just all kinds of stuff. Finally hearing Cap say Avengers Assemble. I mean, that was stuff that was like, since the first Avengers film, everybody wanted to see it. It's like, I want to see this, I want to see that. Well, in this film, they delivered everything. They even gave you, like in the comics, there was a run where Peter Parker fell in love with Captain Marvel, right? And she was flying around with him and stuff. And, and they gave them a moment in the movie when she looked at him and said, "Hey, Peter Parker, you got something for me?" That line right there,
Grab that ticket.
it meant so many different things. You understand? Because if you read the comics, you knew what was up with that.
Mhm.
Dude, it was total fan service. I mean, if you didn't understand that, if you weren't able to grasp it, you're missing out on a lot. But I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just explaining that there was so much more there than
It
what was
was
on the
there,
surface.
but there was a lot of things missing too. There was a couple things missing too, you know. But I don't want to, like I said, I feel how I personally, like I said, feel about it because, like I said, I feel like it just, I expected a little more, Like I said, that's just me personally. I just expected more. It's just like it reminded me kind of the first Wolverine movie. I was so pumped when it was getting ready to come out. And I was like, yo, da 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 da. They finally do a movie about my guy. You know what I mean? It's over. And then they just I don't know, man. And I thought Infinity War really wasn't that bad, man. I thought that it wasn't terrible,
Man, act, you have to accept it. Endgame was just amazing, and you just can't accept it.
Nah, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't amazing. It really wasn't, bro. I don't even remember the last time I see probably Fearless. Fearless probably was the last amazing movie that I seen.
Fearless, about the Jet Li movie?
Yeah, man, that was a good movie, man.
I don't know if it was amazing, but it was great.
Man, come on, man. You know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. I've seen all the Marvel films several times. I have them and everything, but my favorite Marvel film is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That's a hell of a movie right there.
I
It
don't
don't even
blame
have
you.
to be a superhero
You know
film.
what's
It's
crazy?
like a spy movie, whatever, but that's a hell of a film.
You know
Captain
what's
America: The
crazy?
Winter Soldier.
I agree with you with that. I think out of all of the Avengers movies, the best series of movies was Captain America's. From start to finish. I liked it the first Avenger. Like you said, I liked it the Winter Soldier, and I definitely liked it that Civil War. It was dope. The Civil War was my favorite one.
Now,
I like
I bet you couldn't guess which Marvel film I've watched the most out of all of them. I bet you couldn't guess.
out of every single Marvel film.
Out of the 22 films for the Avengers and Iron Man and the Cap and all them guys, out of all them films, I bet you couldn't bet which one I watched the most. Now, Winter Soldier is my favorite, but it's not the one I've watched the most.
Um, the first one.
Nope. The Incredible Hulk. I
Oh,
have
you know what's
Dude, I have
crazy?
watched The Incredible Hulk so many times. It's like if it
I'm
wasn't a
dying for them to
VHS
make
tape,
a
it would be
movie.
broke.
I'm dying for them to give him his own movie, but they trying to they it was rumors to say that he might do a branch because you remember in the comic books, Ant-Man versus the Hulk. They used to have they had that at a point, you know what I mean, in the comics. So they trying to do that in the movie now, which I think is stupid. I wanted them to do the Planet Hulk thing and the World Breaker Hulk. I think
Well,
that
they
would
gave
be
you a
a dope.
hint of Planet Hulk with Thor Ragnarok. They took elements of the
They
movie.
definitely did, but I didn't
Yeah.
like that. I didn't like that they did that. They should have
Well,
just left that
they couldn't
alone.
do it. They couldn't do a full Hulk movie because they don't have the rights to Hulk from Universal, and they didn't want to, pay that extra money from Universal to do it. They did it one time so they could use Hulk to bring him into. But as long as Hulk is in the film with some other characters, they can use him. But they
Oh,
can't do a solo Hulk film according to the
oh,
rights. That's why that is. That's why they chose to stretch his story over 3 films. And the 3 films were Age of Ultron, Thor Ragnarok, and the Infinity films. Because what happened is that Banner, he went from being the Savage Hulk to
yeah,
Professor Hulk.
yeah. When he became one.
And see, I bet you don't realize because they didn't really define it, but he became Savage Hulk in Age of Ultron after Scarlet Witch put a hex on him. We still never found out what hex she put on him because they cut that out. But she put a hex on him, and he went into a rampage and started tearing up the city. And that's when Iron Man had to come with the Hulkbuster armor and fight him. And they were supposed to make him gray because
Give
the
him a,
Savage Hulk is gray,
Nah, I
But
thought no. That's the Joe Fixit is the Gray Hulk. You don't remember the one when the one that talks and like wears the suit? That's Joe Fixit. Stormy B. That's the Gray Hulk. He turns into him kind of when the moon is when the moon is out and he's in a certain mind frame. Because if you notice about the Hulk is really a complex character. You know what I mean? The Hulk is actually a representation of him harboring a lot of his anger on the inside. The Hulk's dad used to beat his mom a lot and used to beat him a lot. So basically, you know what I mean, that was the embodiment of, his fear and, what I mean, everything that he bottled up inside. So once he got hit with the gamma radiation, that's what ended up coming out.
yeah, they should have let Hulk get Thanos back though. And
Yeah, that was another thing. That was
that
another thing.
I was hoping for Hulk to get a rematch, but he never. Man, I was so pissed off.
I mean, I was mad about that too, but I was okay with this storyline. They made him Professor Hulk, and he was the only person that brought him who was strong enough to bring him back without dying.
And what about
I
this?
feel
Do
like
you
they can
think?
still make another Hulk movie.
But check this out, B. What did you think about this? Okay, when he did the snap, right, and it messed up his arm, but they say that the gauntlet has a lot of gamma radiation, right? I was thinking, okay, Hulk's arm is messed up right now, and he's Professor Hulk, which means he's not the real Hulk. He's like in between,
Yeah.
That's why he's not as big as the regular Hulk. But this is what I was thinking. What if he got really, really angry and mad again? Shouldn't that arm come back? Like, I know what they did in the comics, they did something different, but I'm just
Wait,
saying
what you
because
mean? His
like
arm? Oh,
like
because his arm
like
how
Well,
it got like
basically,
burnt off with the gauntlet?
basically in the comments, it's just that Professor Hulk. It's like a phase. At a certain point, he had like two different Hulks. It would took over two different personalities. I think it was the Gray Hulk and the Green Hulk, and basically it was every time they
Yep.
interacted with each other, they used to fight.
Yeah,
And
inside his
basically,
head.
he had to deal with his inner demons, and they basically made one. But originally, he went back to the original Hulk because if you look at the comics, it's always if Hulk gets angry enough, he's going to get stronger.
Mhm.
So with that in mind, I know a lot of people didn't like it because if Thanos just happened to beat up Hulk, even if he got beaten badly, he would have came back even stronger. So
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about his damaged arm. I was wondering, like,
The Hulk is crazy how that arm didn't regenerate. He actually has the best regenerative powers. I heard this said by a dude that's a real comic book nerd on
right, and that's
YouTube.
what I thought. That
He has
arm,
the best.
he
Him
should,
and Wolverine
it should come back at some point. His arm should come back because
and Deadpool.
even if he, but they, you know what? You remember when Hulk had to hold up a mountain to save some people, the
People,
Avengers or something?
something like
They
that. I thought it was
they
people.
they recreated that scene where he was holding up the Avengers mansion and everything when after Thanos destroyed it, and he was holding it up so that Rhodey and who was that, Hawkeye and them, could get out. He was holding it up, and basically he was holding it up with one arm.
You said it was a mountain.
He said
In the comics,
JFL had said it was a reason why Hulk got KO'd like AJ. Watch your mouth. Don't disrespect Hulk. Hulk is
Man,
one of my favorite. No, Hulk and Wolverine is my two favorite Marvel characters. And then when it comes to DC, the Flash and Batman is my favorite DC.
I like Hulk too. I feel like when it comes to Hulk, I feel like that was respectable. That was respectable for them to put somebody like Thanos just taking out the Hulk. I feel like that's totally fine. It's just that if they
No,
go
that ain't
too far,
totally fine. Shit, if he was
no,
World Breaker Hulk, yo, he would have been able to. He would have been able to fuck probably Thanos up. World Breaker Hulk.
people try to get that confused. Hulk is a very, very strong character. But the thing about it is, Hulk is kind of like Deadpool. Some things can get into his head, and he can't win all battles. He will come back
Nah, you're
strong.
right. You're right. I agree with you
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. He
I,
will not win all battles. He will come back stronger. It's very impossible. It's almost impossible for him. People like Deadpool, Wolverine, and Hulk to die, but they do lose. They will lose a lot of battles just because of their like
yeah,
bravado and stuff.
yeah. I agree with you with that. That's just like Thor. Thor, like his cockiness and him, you know what I mean? Sometimes him just like going in, like this lunging in things first, you know what I mean? That always made him vulnerable sometimes. But, I hope they throw Beta Ray Bill in
To my Beta Ray.
Beta Ray, however you say his name, Beta Ray Bill in one of the in a live action movie. I wouldn't mind see Howard the Duck.
Oh man, did you see
did you guys hear that Howard the Duck was in the final battle too? He came out of the portal.
Was he? Oh man.
Yeah, he's in there. You probably have to see it on video at home now, but he was one of the ones when the final group of people started coming through the portal. Howard the Duck came through with some guns. He was with the Avengers.
He said
Yeah.
that was in Secret Wars in 86. 1986. What was in 86? What y'all talking about? Shit, that sound like, you know what I mean? Y'all talking about the G.I. Joe movie or something.
Man, I mean the way they butchered that movie in the 90s.
You ever see that movie?
I seen some bits and pieces of it. It was just too much to watch.
I'm talking about the G.I. Joe movie.
Oh yeah, I seen it. You talking about both of them?
I'm talking about the movie. The what was it? Stormy being like 86.
What, G.I. Joe?
The movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah.
One movie that they really need to. Man, it's been a really I just been disappointed this year. I mean, Stormy, have you been like satisfied with the movies this year?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I saw.
Did you see Burn Bright?
Brightburn.
I mean Brightburn. I'm sorry, I always saying it bad.
No, I didn't see that.
You need
I
to
didn't
see
like
that.
Brightburn. It was a missed opportunity after missed opportunity. It felt like it felt like the people who created it just phoned it in like all the way. It's basically, you never heard of it, Stormy?
Oh, I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, for me it's a missed opportunity. They had so many things they could have did great, like make up a good storyline and make it where the his actual change of character is good. The main character has no character arc. That's basically putting it in a
I
show.
agree with you with that. But I did think that it made up in like I feel like as far as the choreography of the movie though. I thought the pace that moved that it was pretty good. I don't think it was the greatest story, and I'll be honest with that, but I thought it was very entertaining. Like my girl, what I mean, she liked it. What I mean, it creeped her out a bit, certain scenes. But she liked it. What I mean? She was fucking scared for like 2 nights, but
I mean, I feel like they could have made his motivation to why he turned bad a little bit like better because they all they do is make this guy out to be an unrelatable character like by half of the movie. Like basically, if you look at Chronicle and Carrie, they basically had a good motivation for doing what they did. Like if you look at Carrie with the pig blood and her getting embarrassed, and then you have Chronicle with the guy just getting bullied his whole life and his mom dying, having an abusive dad. Like you can under at least extend where they're coming from. When it comes to what's his name, Brandon Breyer and Brightburn, like he's just there. He's just bad just to be bad.
he was thugging. He was a white boy that was thugging. Stop acting
I
like
mean,
y'all ain't got those in Florida, man.
yeah, but if you're gonna go on a murderous rampage and start killing your parents, I understand. I want to see why
Listen,
you go down that path.
man, niggas ain't had no reason for Chucky. Chucky was from Chicago, nigga. What's
Yeah,
wrong
but
with
Chuck,
you?
but at least they explained to you Chucky was a murdering
Man,
psychopath.
my man Charles Lee Ray, my boy Charles Lee Ray,
At
Chicago's
least they
fine.
explain that part. Even with the movie like that's supposed to be like really over the top, like a horror comedy, they at least explain that Chucky is a murdering psychopath who was put into a child's body like as a revenge like plot type thing. They at least explain that. They don't explain that with Brandon Breyer.
They explained it.
The
They
thing is,
did. They explained it.
Chucky.
Battle rifle. Stop trying to don't do that. Battle rifle.
They,
Don't do
they,
don't do
the
your
funny,
Florida stuff. Don't do
you
your
want
Keith Urban Florida stuff.
the
Don't
you
do
know
it.
the thing about Chucky? Chucky actually more than Chucky, even with Brandon Bryan mentioned, he actually has a goal. He doesn't just want to kill everybody. He wants to put himself in back of humans. Back.
No, it wasn't that he wanted to. He didn't have a goal. He had a goal. He was trying to blend in with society. Society cast him out like Shaka Zulu. That's what happened to Brian
He
Brender
wanted
or whatever the
at
hell his
least
name
at
was.
least he
And he
has.
wanted to accept it. He liked the little girl. He was horny. He liked it, the little girl. She rejected him.
No,
So he broke her hand.
if you look at the original Child's Play, he wants to get back into a human
Oh,
body.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Br-
Brightburn, my nigga.
Brightburn, he has no motivation. He's just
He
doing.
had a motivation. He wanted to chill at first. And then he realized, why not be bad? I'm a god. You know what I'm saying? Basically,
Yeah,
on
but
this
they should have
planet.
explored. They should have explored that part more. If you're
They're
going,
gonna explore it more. You didn't hear at the end of the movie when they said there's a woman with a rope, what I mean, that's strong,
yeah,
basically symbolizing Wonder Woman.
they
And then
did
there's
that.
another dude that has surfaced from the sea. You know what I mean? So they're gonna have a dude that's probably like Aquaman in the second one. It's gonna be like motherfucking Glass.
No. They made his motivation just too all over the place because for one, they had it make it seem like he was being controlled by the ship, and the ship
Aquaman
was
was trash
basically
too.
yeah, that was trash.
Aquaman wasn't that bad though. I didn't think
No,
Aquaman
It
was
was
Aquaman
it
trash.
was trash. It was
Aquaman
trash, bro. I'm sorry.
Aquaman wasn't that bad. Did you see Shazam? Shazam was good.
Shazam was good. I say the number one DC movie is Man of Steel. It would always
I
be Man.
agree. I agree. That was a really good movie. It wasn't the
Yeah.
number one though. I think
No, but
No,
Dark.
if we
I
say
think
if
Dark
we say
Knight. I think
DC,
Dark
yeah.
Knight. I
no,
think
no, no, no,
Dark.
If
no.
we say DC, you
DCEU
gotta go to Batman.
universe, like the DCEU universe. Dark Knight is the
Okay.
best. Is the best DC movie, but as far as DCEU, like with the Justice League and Superman and Wonder Woman, like
Oh my God! Don't even talk about the
Hey,
Justice League.
what
I
DC
thought that
film
Wonder. I
that
like
they
that Wonder Woman chick though. She's hot.
you know
Yeah, I
what
don't like that
DC
Wonder
film that
Woman
they give a
chick.
bad rap to that I think was okay? I thought Suicide Squad was okay for DC.
Suicide Squad was not as bad as people thought it was. Like,
That, that's
don't
what
get
I'm
me wrong.
saying.
Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of the characters were basically like just there, like Katana, and then you have like Slipknot, and then Captain Boomerang. Like, but don't get me wrong. Will Smith and Margaret Robbie did an amazing job as Deadshot and Harley Quinn. They
Yeah, I
actually had.
think they did. I think they did good. I agree with you with that.
Yeah,
They did
and
good.
the action scenes were actually really, really well put together. I'm like, if we're being honest here, like,
But
other than the
I didn't like that. But I didn't like that movie though. I didn't like it
yeah,
though.
the thing about the movie is just that the editing and the pacing is really, really off. I feel like the movie could have been so much better, but I don't have a distaste for the movie. Like if I can watch Justice League, Justice League is an okay movie. It just feels bland. Like it
Yeah,
just feels
I
bland.
agree. I agree.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
can't
like
watch that movie,
Batman
bro.
versus Superman.
Well,
Go ahead.
the
Go ahead,
problem
I
with
Fuller.
can't watch
Justice
that
League,
movie, bro.
Let Fuller go, Stormy. Then go right after. Go ahead, Fuller.
You know, to be honest with you, when it comes to the DC movies, when it comes to like just the group movies, um, crap, it's really hard to decide which one to watch because for me, it's just I'm sorry to say it, but it's just Marvel. They put it seems like they want to do more quality movies. It's like DC when they do these movies, they just throw them together. Like that Batman Superman movie, his outfit, that Batman looked ugly. The
But
outfit for
we got to
Batman.
keep in mind, Ben Affleck around that time was just drinking, not taking care of himself. That's why he
No, what
gave
I'm
the.
saying is
That's
the
why he
suit
gave
he
the
did, bro.
roll up. He gave the
No,
roll up. He gave it
bro,
to Homeboy and Twilight.
I'm
He,
just,
he said the
bro,
reason because
bro,
he didn't like the performance.
bro. I'm even
Yeah, I
saying,
know.
bro.
It
I'm even
showed.
saying the suit that Batman wore looked corny, dude. It looked like a. It basically looked like a shoot. It looked like a box, basically. It looked
You
like
didn't like it?
hell no.
I thought it
That
was
suit.
amazing. Like, I
What?
have Batman. I have I have Batman Arkham Knight on disc, and there's an option where you can choose the Batman versus
Oh, the
Superman.
suit. I know the
Bro,
suit.
hell no. I wouldn't
And
even choose that suit.
like the only thing I don't like about it is that it makes Batman look fat, but it looks
It makes him look.
nice.
I don't like that
I don't
damn
like that
suit.
suit.
I don't
That
like that
suit
I
suit.
was
like
trash to
the
me, bro.
metal suit's
I
kind of
thought the last suit that was dope was the one that Christian Bale had on. The one that Christian Bale had on with the neck that could move. That shit was alright. That shit
What
was
about the
dope.
Batman Beyond suit?
Yeah, the Batman Beyond suit, of course,
The
that shit is
Batman
dope.
Beyond suit is
That shit go
cool.
hard forever.
The Batman Beyond suit is cool. There's another Batman. But that would be a hard movie to make if they were to make this movie. Hold on, let me look
I
it
need
up.
to put my nigga Riddler in there. I love Jim Carrey. I always thought Ashton Kutcher would probably make a good
You
Riddler.
like Batman and Robin? I mean, Batman Forever, whatever. Which one is that one? Is that
Yeah, it
Batman and
was.
Robin?
Nah, you was
Forever.
right.
Yeah,
Batman
it's Batman
Forever.
Forever. Yeah, it's
Batman Forever.
Batman
Bro,
To
Forever.
me, I'm gonna be honest with you. On the low, that was one of my favorite ones. I like that one. I like that one because I like that they put Riddler in it because I always thought Riddler was one of those bad guys. He wasn't the best, but he wasn't the worst. He was in the top. And you got to understand, Batman when it comes to DC, well, I'll say him and the Flash have the best rogue gallery. They have so many bad guys in their arsenal. That's for them, like for instance, the Flash. He got. I'm gonna say the Flash because y'all know most of Batman's rogue gallery. He got Gorilla
Mhm.
Grodd. He got Captain Cold. He got the Weather Wizard.
Weather Wizard, yeah.
He got I say Gorilla Grodd, right?
Yeah,
Right. He
he
got
got King Shark,
yeah, he got King Shark.
he got Reverse Flash.
He got Reverse Flash, of course. Um,
Uh he got that what's that guy? The Gamma guy,
Captain,
like
oh, he got Captain Boomerang.
yeah, he does have Captain Boomerang. I totally forgot
Yeah,
about that. Captain
he
Boomerang,
got the top. The top he makes like little like dreidel type top toys and throws them at
oh, you talking about Trickster?
is it Trickster? Oh, okay. I guess yeah, that probably is Trickster. My fault. You're right. And he
And then
got Firefly.
I think that's Batman.
Nah, that's really the Flash. That's really the Flash bad guy. Trust me, Firefly's really is. No, actually, no. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm thinking of who am I thinking of? He because he has a bad guy that
Okay, here's a Batman that I would like them to do a movie of, but that thing would be too hard to do a movie of because that suit would be too. I think it would be too difficult to make that suit of Batman. But I would like to see them do a Nightfall Batman. That would be very difficult to do that, but that suit would be so cold, man. That would be like one of the ultimate Batman suits
see
to have.
Omega Red agree with me. So Captain America got the best trilogies hands down.
Pretty much because they were
JFL
the
has said
original.
which Hulk movie.
The
JFL
second one, the second,
PK, what's going on PK? Yeah, we just talking. Drew Titan said, "Oh, that man,
no, the second.
Batman Forever is my favorite live action Batman movie." Thank you, Boxing Plug. That shit it was well thought out. Like I said, I like the Riddler. Uh,
Mhm.
Stormy B, I think you would make a good Black Riddler. You look like you would lead. Nah, for real. Stormy B looked like he would take time. He would write the riddles out and set them up. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna
Riddle,
I love
riddle
about
me
the
this.
riddle.
Riddle me
I
this.
loved how what he had. He had one riddle. He said something oh man. He said check the color on my head. What once was red was black instead. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? What am I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has a
You
lot
get
of
it,
he has a
fool?
lot of questions.
Match, a match, guys. Once you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean. Once
Good one.
what once was red is black instead. When you strike a match, you know what I mean. It goes from red to black.
Mm-hmm.
So
If
it's
you
like,
play the video game, like he has like crazy riddles that you have to find out. Like he'll be
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
he'll
Arkham, yeah,
the more of me, the less you see. What am I? And then
yeah.
it's darkness, and you have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So
He did that in the movie too. He said, "I see
Mm-hmm.
without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as light." He said, "Easy, you're as blind as a bat." He said, "Exactly." Then he took the
oh
batarang
wow.
and threw it at the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That shit
And
was man. You can't tell me that shit wasn't dope in
no, that was
Batman
one of the
Forever.
best. No, that was one of the best Batman movies, Batman Forever. I'll give it
I
that.
see.
You know who
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
you know how I feel like who he wasn't done bad in Batman Begins. I don't think he was bad, but I feel like they
Mm-hmm.
really could explore more of is Scarecrow. Like
Yeah, they could have.
if you
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm with you on that.
No, they could
Scarecrow
have.
is one of the best bad guys on the low, bro.
oh
I
my god.
love how he was always scared as a kid, and then he invented this fear gas, and it brings out your inner, most scared, fears. And like, you see how he has so many cool bad guys. I
Mm-hmm.
could translate that over to Spider-Man in Marvel. Spider-Man to me has the best role gallery when it comes to Marvel. I don't care what nobody says. He
What you
got
talking about as far as villains?
the role gallery like his bad guys, like that specifically his bad guys, like Doc Octopus, Rhino, Mysterio, Doc Connors, the Lizard Man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Actually, Stormy B, you would be a good Doc Connors, the black version. I ain't gonna lie.
What about
I can see that you like a teacher type. So definitely, I could have seen you being like Doc, like that Doc Connors type. So I take it back. I could see you
What about
being Doc
the X?
Connors.
What about the X Men?
The X Men.
Yeah, I
I
mean, think
kind of
about
want
it.
to see. I want to see
They have,
Phoenix. I want to see
they
Dark
have Dark
Phoenix.
Phoenix. They have Magneto. They have Juggernaut. They have
Matter
what's the guy?
y'all know the
The
strongest version of the
Um,
Juggernaut? Though none of y'all know the strong. It's called the Eighth Day Juggernaut.
I think they could explore Onslaught, that guy Onslaught.
Man,
yeah.
where's Mac at? Mac is supposed to be in this discussion.
I,
This
I
is a
I
Marvel
think
discussion. This dude
I
is
think
crazy.
they can explore that guy Onslaught, the dude. I don't know. I don't. I think Onslaught was Professor Xavier at the end of the day, though. But he was a bad guy, So that could be someone they can explore. The only thing I don't like about Onslaught though is he looks too much like a Sentinel in a way. That's the thing. He looks too much like those big old robots that
I like the Sentinels though. I know who the Sentinels is. Man, you come on, fool. You
Nah,
know I know
nah,
what the Sentinel is.
nah. I'm just saying they look too much like that. But nah, what they should do now,
Talking to Brandon.
what
What's
Come
they
up with
should
on,
do
Mac.
now.
Mac, we talk about comic
Yes, man.
books and
All
you
right. Bye
you
bye.
don't come in the chat.
Man, because I got company real quick.
My fault, champ. You was humping.
No,
Oh,
this my
oh,
cousin that
oh,
came up.
my
We
fault, my fault, my
chopping it
fault,
up.
G's. My
Hell,
fault, G's.
hell no. not,
What
not at the moment.
Man,
what
I'm
they
over here
should do.
chopping it up, game with my cousin. And I'm going to hit y'all up in a minute.
Cardi B stripping again.
I don't know that, hoe.
Cardi B ain't.
Uh,
No, 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 no. No. The reason why I say that is because you got a picture of her looking like she on that pole again. Damn, that
oh,
bitch
That's
records.
your favorite little old.
Yeah, that's my hoe there. I love me some Cardi
oh.
B. I love me some
All
Cardi B.
right, Mac. My
Hey,
fault. I know you. All right, so you can't.
Yeah,
y'all
I
getting it
know.
wrong. Okay. Hey, my
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
kinfolk
too
don't give a
bad. This
damn. I'm
was
going to
yeah.
let y'all
it's.
know.
That's booty hole and cat action right there. I'm eating booty hole and cat.
Oh shoot,
That's my
it's
nigga
more.
there.
It's a
I fuck
children's
with
show
her.
today,
He,
champ.
he talk about Cardi B.
I know. I said it's a children's show today.
All right.
Oh,
All right. Well, I'll hit y'all up in a minute.
oh Lord. Uh,
uh,
man, check this out. This shit saying no dick. She don't have a job, no dick. Get paid less than $12 an hour, she gets no dick. Lives with her parents, the bitch gets no dick. Always claims she's hungry, no dick. Cash app info in her bio, bitch, she gets no dick. Always in drama, she gets no dick. I agree with all this. Y'all agree with all of this. Fellas, y'all can't be what it say. Hold on, let me go back here. Fellas, y'all can't be out here in 2019 just dropping dick off. Y'all gotta chill out, smashing everything breathing. Y'all have to have rules. If she don't have a job, no dick. Gets paid less than
Hey,
$12 an hour, no dick.
this
I
boy,
agree.
he
I agree
giving
with all
y'all the
that.
game.
I agree. I totally agree. Keely 122, nigga Instagram. I agree. She's speaking the truth. This is gospel. Nigga need to put this in their Bibles. This is truly gospel. No dick.
I
No
ain't gonna
dick.
lie. That was real though. That was
That
real.
was real. I gotta agree with that, man. I'm not gonna sit there and you know something. I'm gonna tell you. I feel sorry. This is the guy I work with, a little young buck, man. I hope millions ain't listen to this because if they are, they fuck. They gonna find out that I put them on blast. But the little kid, so he got played at Top Golf. His girl, her sister invited him out to Top Golf. She said, "Hey, y'all come out here to Top Golf." Invited him there. She invited him to Top Golf. I want to make sure I emphasize that so everybody understand. The nigga went to Top Golf and played and ended up paying the tab for everybody. And he told me beforehand I had to check my girl and let her know that I'm not paying for everybody. I'm not paying for everybody. And she sat there and like, no, nobody said nothing about that. She invited us in and moved, and he ended up paying for everybody. And that shit fucked me up. He told me that shit, and then the next day he said I ended up paying out over $100 at Top Golf. I sat there and I thought about that, and I'm like, man, damn, boy, you a dumbass nigga. But this dude right here, man, he showed me, man, what that no dick mean by that girl Keely represented. He showed me what that meant. That nigga is a prime example of the rules that you should apply when you no dick. And he didn't apply none of the rules. He failed. He failed on all levels. He got an F minus because of the mistakes he made with dealing with that girl in that situation. And this is his chickadee. This is not no random bitch. This is his chickadee. She been playing on this nigga down through the years. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you from Houston or you know about Houston, everybody know about Greenspoint. If you know about Greenspoint, that's a ratchet ass, ragged ass side of Houston.
Guns Point.
It's raggedy. So if you know that. She lives in Greenspoint, don't want to leave Greenspoint. My nigga, you can't tell me that I live in fucking Magnolia and fucking New Orleans and I don't want to leave Magnolia and New Orleans. You's a dumb son of a bitch. You not smart. You ain't intelligent. In my mindset, you's the type of person, man, they just need to take out and shoot because you just don't make choice decisions in your life. That bitch wants to live in Greenspoint. She don't want to leave out of Greenspoint. That's a dumb asshole. This dude chooses to fuck with her and make this as his chickadee. My thing is, I sit there and I analyze that and I realize that bitch is smart. She's old, and when I say smart, not smart as far as like she's books and smart. She know how to game nigga smart. She knows he's a dumb, simple-minded nigga, and she used that to the best of her ability. She plays this boy, and that was one of the examples of playment. He had asked her that beforehand, and she sat there and told him this is not a situation. He's been done like that before. When I sat there and saw that, and he told me that shit there, that's when I saw this no dick rule, and we as men should apply that on so many levels. So many levels. Your dick is just as valuable as that girl vagina. So you should use your dick in that way. You should use it in that same fashion. It's valuable like a vagina. And I think a lot of guys lose track of that. And that's how they make mistakes and fall short. When you start realizing, man, my dick is like gold, just like your vagina is like gold, all of a sudden that bitch don't seem as appetizing as she was before because you like, bitch, without me, you wouldn't be able to do what you need to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could jack off and get that treatment, just like you can do the same thing. So don't feel like you're better than me. That's why that no dick policy needs to be applied to every male's life that's single. Shit, not fuck single, married. No dick. No dick. Say what? You didn't cook none? Bitch, no dick.
Hey, we just chopping up game, man.
What happened? You didn't wash clothes? No dick. No dick for you. I'm sorry. No dick. I'm sorry.
I bet you. Hey, what the chat said? I know they crying laughing over there.
I'm just keeping it 100. That I felt sorry for that kid, man. He let that bitch play him, and that's a hood hoe. He let a hood hoe play him. A bottom feeder. I call chicks like that bottom feeders. He let a bottom feeder play him. A bitch that you can put some gizzard and chicken necks at the end of your hook and throw it out in the water and they'll bite. That's a bottom feeder. That's a bottom feeder. And he let that play him. She played him.
Mark Wunderlich is dying laughing right now.
Yeah. That's real talk, man. And she played that boy, my nigga. And I feel sorry for the dude because he seemed like a cool kid. I gave him some game. I tried to tell him, I say, look here, because I'm an older person. I'm not young. So I told the kid, hey, look here, define, because I've been in that position. I'm not going to sit there and shit on the kid totally because I chased bottom feeders because they got good pussy. And I was a person that a lot of niggas do it. A lot of niggas would sit there and chase trash assholes because they are freaks and will disrespect or put to the side the quality women. And we're dumbasses for doing that shit. And we all go through it until we get older and realize what we need in our life. And once we realize that, that's when we start making them boss decisions. But he's letting the bottom feed him run him in the ground. And I feel sorry for him for that, man. I feel sorry for that dude. Because he's a good kid. He's just making dumbass decisions. He let a trash can hold dog him. He's a good kid, man. I hope you don't listen to this podcast because he's gonna be pissed at me Monday.
Oh shit! I'll be back on in a minute, man. I just stunned the whole chat. Everybody just got quiet and listening.
Speaking of which, they should a little bit onto the video games. They should make a new Batman video game. That would be nice if they did.
Talking about Arkham series.
Yeah, they should make another one.
Well, they had
man.
came out with the VR after that. I don't know if y'all was up on the VR, but
Yeah, they should make another.
it wasn't just done after Arkham for me.
That's like Telltale. It's like The Walking Dead. Like when you basically just you only decide what decisions to make. You don't actually like if you know what I mean. Like if you ever play Heavy Rain or if you play Detroit Become Human, it's like that. It's not interactive.
Mm-hmm. No, it would be nice to make it would be nice to make a whatchamacallit though. Another one. I mean, the only downside would be what kind of villains to put in it, you know, since they practically put like a lot of villains in it already. You know. That's the thing.
Rocksteady make a super.
Yeah, they put so many villains in it.
They about to have an Avengers game for PlayStation.
It looks actually dope. That actually looks pretty dope.
You seen it? It do look kind of hard.
I'm excited for it. It's like if they can get it right,
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I got the Spider-Man game. The Spider-Man game was dope.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait to a review though because it's very rare that we get like extremely good games like Spider-Man and the Arkham series. They're just amazing on all fronts. I feel like
yeah, I agree with you with that. Can't argue with you on that.
Yeah, and they kind of butchered most of the Marvel games. I mean, like I think X-Men was okay. I think the Logan one was the Wolverine one was okay.
That one was hard. The Captain America one was hard too.
Oh no!
You didn't like the Captain America one? That shit was hot.
Man, like if I'm not playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I would never pick up Captain America's video game. That thing was just so bad. I didn't like it not one bit. Like it was just. I mean, Hulk was good, Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that game was chill.
But other than that, I'm just gonna pick up Marvel Ultimate Alliance if I'm ever gonna play as Captain America again, because those games are just amazing.
Stop playing like you ain't Marvel vs. Capcom. You ain't using me.
I never played them. Don't judge me. I never played them. I really wanted Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I just decided not to pay for it because I felt like if I was gonna pay for the game, nobody was gonna be online because I waited too long. So I just never paid for it. People say Dark Phoenix is extremely OP in that game though.
Like my son didn't use that move. Stars and Stripes.
Oh yeah, I use that in Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
You know what's crazy about that about that Stars and Stripes and stuff. There was actually a combo on that game with Captain America, and it was actually called Mom's Apple Pie Special, and it was like 14 hits, and I'm like, man, this combo is effective, you know. I'm like, dang, you can like whack people with this combo, you know. Yeah, it was a Captain America combo.
I remember I had the X-Men video game,
Mm-hmm.
like the real old when I was on PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I used to spam with Gambit like
Mm-hmm.
relentlessly. Like, it was ridiculous. Like I used to spam with that so much. Like you couldn't get past his cards. Like
Mm-hmm.
them card throwings when he threw like a million like in like 5 seconds.
Mhm.
Man, you wasn't gonna get past that.
Mm-hmm.
It take them forever to make that movie.
You know what they're doing though?
And
You
they
know what
canceled
they
it.
cancel what movie?
The Gambit movie.
Yeah, I can see why they would cancel that movie, man.
I mean,
Because to be honest,
They canceled Doctor Doom too.
no, to be honest, Gambit and Doctor Doom don't have a fan base like that. So I can kind of
Nah,
see.
niggas wanted to see Gambit.
Doctor
It
Doom,
had Tate and
Doom
Chan.
has a really good fan base. Actually,
You said
there's a
what?
lot of people they love. Gambit is their favorite X-Men character, and then Doctor Doom is one of their favorite villains.
I don't
I
know
mean,
about Doctor Doom. I don't think Doctor Doom,
there's a
but
lot of people
Gambit. Yeah.
that.
Nah, I agree with you, but I don't think he would have did good. There's a lot of people that know. I think Gambit could have did good because of Channing Tatum. He was supposed to play Gambit, but they stopped it. I think it would have just did good off of him because of his fan base.
You know, a movie like I would love to see, like a Marvel character, like Bronze Tiger. Like, never heard of Bronze Tiger?
Nah.
He's in do you watch Arrow?
Oh yeah. That I know who you talking about now. I don't watch it as much as I used to, but
Michael Jai White plays Bronze Tiger.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my guy though. I like Michael Jai White.
Y'all heard that
Vlad
Shang-Chi is
asked the
coming,
nigga.
right?
Vlad asked him. He said, "What would you do if a guy walked up to you and touched your crotch?" He said, "I probably hit him really hard in the solar plex."
Yeah, that's a good response.
He
Y'all
said,
know that Shang-Chi is coming, right?
"Who?"
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
master of Kung Fu. Marvel is they're gonna make a movie.
Oh, really? I heard
I
they
Yep.
don't
was
think
gonna make a movie about Galactus.
I think Galactus is supposed to be in Spider Man, but I don't think I've heard of Shang-Chi.
Yeah, the master of Kung Fu,
Come
Shang-Chi.
on, come on, Battle Rifle, Young Battle. Supposed to know this, Young Battle.
I mean, I'm not a biggest comic book fan. I prefer to watch the TV shows, but
No, the
I
comment. See, that's where you're wrong. See, you're wet behind the ears, youngin.
I mean, like I said, like I didn't grow up like reading a lot of comic books. Like, it just wasn't my thing. I just wasn't big on comic books. Like I read a little bit more here and there, but I was just never like big on them. Like I can honestly say that even with the Marvel hype, I was just never a big comic book fan. I read more
You know
now
why
because
it's good? Because you could differentiate a lot of things and break it down and analyze the movies better. So sometimes I think sometimes like even if you don't go back and read the comics nowadays, right? I think the least you owe yourself to do is to know what's going on with that particular character if you don't know about them like that. You should at least it's YouTube now and they got these YouTube channels that explain comic book characters that you guys don't know about. Don't just go seeing it. You don't know shit about that person unless that person just pops up in the movie and you didn't expect to see that person. That's different. But if you know who's gonna be in the movie, you don't know nothing about the person. You at least owe it to yourself to look up, the character. Because I know a lot of you dudes and a lot of you females, y'all don't know certain characters. They not that popular like that.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of characters I read now that like there's characters I really feel like that don't get as much praise and they should, like
Mm-hmm.
Martian Manhunter. But I try to read up on these stuff and try to learn
I like
about them.
Martian Manhunter. Yeah, I thought he was dope. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it would be a alright movie. That'd be cool. Cause they always make a black guy play Martian Manhunter. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
cool with that. His name is
He's actually extremely good and like well put together in Supergirl. And I trashed that show many times, but I think he's actually really good in that show.
Supergirl is I mean, I'm not. I guess it's because of my dislike, but I really. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but I really don't. I really don't dig Superman just for the simple fact that it's like that dude is like basically invincible. He only has one weakness in essence, and that's it. You know, and it's like, okay, well, it's hard. It's like basically hard to make a movie. It's hard to make a movie. It's hard to make a Superman movie, to be honest with you, because most of the Superman
I think
movies
the
we get,
best Superman movie was Man of Steel, though. I really did
yeah,
like that one. I really
Which
You
did.
know
movie?
what, Ack, you were right about the looking up into the comics, because a few years ago when Marvel announced that they, the films that they had coming, I went to Comic Con and I bought 3 books so I could be ready for the films. The 3 books I bought were Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Infinity War. And man, am I glad that I bought those books and read them, because when I saw the films, I knew exactly what was going on and who was what, and I could tell exactly what was lifted from the comics and put into the films, and I could tell what was changed from the comics to fit the films.
One thing
Like,
that I always thought that was cool when I did read the Avengers when I was younger, I remember Nick Fury when they changed his appearance to a black bald-headed dude. It was funny because in the comic book, this is how you know I read the comics. See Battle Rifle. He says in the comic books if they ever made an Avengers movie that Samuel L. Jackson should play me. And a few years later, lo and behold, Samuel L. Jackson actually played Nick Fury.
mm-hmm,
He said it in the comic book though,
mm-hmm.
and then it ended up coming true. It was just like The Simpsons when what's the name became the president, Donald Trump. Then it really happened.
It did happen, that's for sure.
That's true.
I guess another example can be as far as The Simpsons is concerned. Another example can be um, the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight is a little bit, because you had that guy, you had Homer, who was winning the fights by just standing there and taking a beating, right? And then he came on the guy named Drederick Tatum. I think that's what they called him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to be Mike Tyson, basically, like the Simpsons answer to Mike Tyson, but they called him Drederick Tatum. And so, the problem is that when he hit Homer, the thing is those hits were hard. Those hits were like those hits were like giving him
Like
the
like Martin and Tommy Hearns.
yeah, like giving him the business. Like they were giving him, and then Mo said, Homer, you have to try to hit back. Homer tried to hit back, but then he missed the hit, and then Tatum just like
He faded him.
yeah, he gave him the
You know
business.
what? I'm gonna find that episode.
I gotta take that one out. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah,
No,
I gotta find that
watch
episode.
that episode because
It's because it's boxing related.
yeah, watch that episode because Homer
I
becomes a
remember.
boxer, and what happens is that
Why did he become a boxer?
because the thing is he could take hits, but the thing is most of the guys he was fighting literally were bums. Like
it was setups.
no, they were
Has
bum
been.
fight. No, they weren't even that. It was just that they were like their names
He
were
said, "What you mean, 50 title defenses?" He said, "Yeah, it's 50 title defenses, but they wasn't killers like this guys."
no, it was just like no,
He'll
literally,
knock you into the mall
All
rock.
right.
no, literally, the names of these guys were like guys. Their names were Boxcar Bob, you know, and then
A dude like that, that's the type of dude Triple G will fight.
and then they asked them like,
Listen to that name. Tell me that ain't a name that Triple G or Canelo will fight.
and then Homer no, and then Mo Homer asked them like, okay, how much money are they fighting for? Mo would say they're not fighting for money; they're fighting for a sandwich.
Only, only person I know that probably will fight for a sandwich is 7-8. If it's a good enough sandwich, though.
But that's what they were talking. That's what he said. He was like, "Oh no, they're fighting for a sandwich."
Why they?
That's what
Why
he.
was it? What kind of What kind of sandwich was this?
I don't know, bro. But that's what they
Meatball
said.
sub.
That's what they said was. That's what they said was Boxcar Bob. So with that being said, they were they were looking for a sandwich, basically. You know. So it is what it
Damn, y'all
is.
making me laugh. Made me have the hiccups, man. Yo, hold it down real quick.
Okay.
I got the hiccups. Excuse me.
Did you see the episode when Homer Simpson bought that race dog, that
Yeah.
greyhound? It was running around the couch.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing is ridiculous.
Did you see the episode when what episode was it? It was the one where Marge she decided to start a small franchise and it was pretzels and Homer asked for the mafia for help to outdo the
Oh
competition
yeah,
and then he had to give the money back and then when he asked for the help he's like you're my only hope, you're my only hope that I have left. And then they were like they were like okay, no problem. And then he was like, see boss, I told you that ad outside the church would work, you know about the mafia. He's like, see boss, I told you the ad outside the church would work.
You saw me be what movie I ever seen,
One
and
movie.
I had watched it.
Huh?
Once Upon a Time in America. Did you ever see that with Robert De Niro?
Oh yeah, that's a classic, man.
I actually had never seen that before, and I normally watch like all of them. Feel like I've seen like every De Niro and Al Pacino movie.
You
Yeah,
have?
that's a
I had
classic.
never seen that one.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
they
just
did. I'm
I
from
just
New York, so I kind of had to see all of their movies. Al Pacino and De Niro from New York.
hey, I
Yeah.
just pulled up the video on Homer Simpson fighting Dredrick Tatum. Man, this is
Yo,
hilarious.
send it in the chat. Send
Dude,
it.
hey, wait a minute. The ring announcer, Michael Buffer, he introduced everybody in the crowd and Fan Man too. Remember Fan Man from Holyfield and Bo?
Mm-hmm.
They got him on there.
Oh yeah, him man.
oh yeah, the dude who parachuted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh
Fan Man.
man, oh my
and,
god,
and this
I gotta check.
dude, Dredrick Tatum walking to the ring. Of course, it's supposed to be Mike Tyson, right? But he even got his boys with him. All them goons that be walking to the ring with Tyson. They walking with they-
Wait, JFL has said Mortal Kombat movie reboot. James Wan hands Aquaman. So yeah, sounds promising.
Man,
I don't
I'm
know
I'm gonna
about that,
pass,
man.
man.
Like, they,
I'm gonna pass.
uh,
They
man,
can't do Mortal Kombat movies,
get
bro.
me
He
wrong.
said I
Them
fan
things.
casted the entire
Don't
Mortal
get
Kombat characters accurately. All they need is a budget and script and cut my check.
look. This is the
That's
thing.
like doing a live
You guys are gonna hate
action
me for this.
Dragon Ball Z movie. They ain't gonna do it right.
They
I
did that.
know that. I don't
They did
count
that.
that though. It was garbage.
Like, okay, you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I love the Mortal Kombat movies. Don't get me wrong.
I
I
don't
hate the
think
director.
I don't think that they
I
was look, don't get me wrong. I can't sit here and lie. As a kid, I definitely used to like it as a kid. Now that I'm older, I thought I don't really like it too much. I thought the first one was better than the second one.
Yeah, way better. But the thing about me, like
It
I
wasn't
can, don't get me
terrible.
wrong.
It wasn't terrible.
Don't don't get me wrong. I hate the director.
Street
He
Fighter
he
was
gets
terrible.
yeah,
The live
Street Fighter
action
was bad,
Street Fighter movie was terrible.
but
No, that was
Mortal
horrible.
Kombat 2 is one of the most funnest movies you can ever watch, just because of how absurd it is. Like, just the lines they say and like what they try to do with the action is so hilarious. Like,
He said
it's just
JFL has said it's a reboot, fellas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe
onto
pass
that.
on that.
He said
Yeah,
he said I'm gonna maybe have to pass on that one.
but
Because
my
if you s-
Go ahead, Fula. I'm sorry, I'm talking over you.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead and cook. Go ahead and tap in.
I think Mortal Kombat had the first one had some of the best fight scenes I've ever seen on television, other than like, like the Raid or something. Like,
Nah,
its fight scenes are actually really
I
good.
can't put that over Fearless. That I like that.
No, no, no.
I like that aerial acrobatical like martial arts shit. I like that shit.
Oh,
That shit. That,
you like the fake stuff.
no,
Fake
fuck you. What you mean? I like the fake stuff. You trying to say I
I
like
mean,
the
that's
fake? I like the
and
aerial shit.
Fearless. They like to like jump off poles and stuff and sticks
That
and
that shit was possible. That shit was possible. You just had to
I don't think
you just
that's
had to
but
practice it every day. Them
what,
Shaolin monks could do shit like that.
the thing is with Mortal Kombat. Like, did you see when Liu Kang fought Riptile?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Man, that scene, like, oh my god, like that
Nah,
scene
one
is
of my
just so
favorite
amazing.
scenes was the Scorpion scene though in the
With
first
With
one.
Johnny
Johnny
Cage,
Cage.
Yeah, with
with Johnny
Johnny Cage.
Cage. Oh
I
my
always
god, I
like,
love that one.
yeah, I
I mean,
always loved that scene.
I'm under the impression that Johnny Cage will almost never beat Scorpion, but until they buffed him in the recent video games. But
That act
that was
Stop It
awesome.
Fearless, It Man is way better. No, the fuck it ain't.
That
Fearless, he
movie
was
is
kicking
trash.
ass.
That
He was
movie is
kicking
I
ass,
trash.
say the
nigga.
It
first
They
man
didn't
was
try
the
to
first
trash.
put they ain't try to poison It Man. Ain't nobody care about It Man. What is you talking about? Niggas
It man
poisoned him
was
in Fearless. He was important, nigga.
It
I
man
mean, but
was
the thing
trash.
is, wait, the first one was good. The other ones are
Dude, that
trash.
movie was
Nah,
trash,
but I,
dude.
I don't look. It ain't fucking with Ambach with my nigga Tony Jaa.
Ong Bak is overrated for me. Don't get me wrong, great Muay Thai, but it's overrated as far as like what they
What
were
that
setting
nigga
up.
would have need you? What? You see
Did,
that?
did you did you
Yeah,
see the
go
did
ahead.
you see with the elephants?
Yeah, I like that scene.
Protector. Now that movie go hard. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a bad story, but the action scenes are just so like just like when he broke when he got mad and decided to break all them dudes' bones. Like, that was like one of the most amazing scenes I've ever seen.
MK19. Let's now worry about the past. I'm back again. Omega Red. JFL has said Mortal Kombat should be on a level as a comic book film, especially 2019. JFL has said you fellas low interest only because it's long overdue. but 2019 with epic casting, you will be fans again. The Mortal
I doubt
Kombat
it.
YouTube series, yeah, the Mortal Kombat YouTube series. I agree with you on that, Omega Red. That
It
shit
was
was
better
dope.
than a movie. It was better than
Yeah,
a
That
movie.
it was. Yeah, it, they could do so many great things. You know who I would personally like to see.
Who?
I wouldn't mind if they got the
Cassie
first.
Cage.
No. Like, yeah, her. But I'm saying, I, I personally, I personally wouldn't mind seeing the first guy. You remember I know he's out of shape now, but I feel like he can train it. The first
Who?
guy to play Johnny Cage is Johnny Cage. I just love him. He's just such a good actor.
You think
The
so?
guy. Have you seen Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The TV show? Remember Scott's dad?
Mm-hmm.
That's Johnny Cage from the first Mortal Kombat. I feel like they should actually get him back. Like he's just like I like him as
Well,
Johnny
he
Cage.
probably could play Johnny Cage now. He just can't. I don't know if he could look ridiculously old. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how he looks now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's much older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You might not be able to pull that one off. Stormy B,
Mm-hmm.
you still with us? You still with us, champ?
Yeah, I'm still here, brother.
All right. Don't worry. I'm getting ready to call it in a few more minutes, man. So don't drift off on me.
Um, but it's crazy. What movie they should make, but dang, that would be a hard movie to make. It would be very, very hard to make. It would be very difficult to make. Um, the movie, a Killer Instinct movie would be sick, but they
Say,
would have to do it right though.
keep
They would
saying
have to do it like spot on. Imagine full gore in
only
3D.
movie that need to get done, the next video game movie, and we gonna end it on this, that needs to get done is God of War. If y'all don't make no
Hell yeah,
fucking God of War movie, I'm gonna clap somebody. Now I'm joking.
they should. And guess who? Guess what I heard the rumor was on who they were gonna get.
Who?
I heard they were gonna get the guy from Blood Diamond.
Oh, that dude. Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
old dude. I feel like he too old, man. He
Nah,
get
I think
somebody.
he's still. No, I think he can still do it, bro.
I,
I'm
I
telling
I
you.
think they could get a younger black dude though, man.
No, I think
I
he can
like
still
him.
do it.
I like him. Don't get me wrong. I like him. He did a good job in Shazam playing the wizard. See, I like him in roles like that, but I feel like, don't get me wrong, he's still in shape and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
only reason I want them to do a younger guy, because I don't want it to be on some shit like, you know what I mean, he start doing it and then, because he older, what I mean, he don't want to do the movies, so then they gotta switch to
Mm-hmm.
another person, what I mean. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
man. I feel like when that be happening with them older actors, they don't
Mm-hmm.
be like staying there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't think he's a bad. I don't think he's a bad fit. I just question, would he keep a long
Mm-hmm.
contract with the movie? Because we gonna want to see the beginning going all the way, probably
Mm-hmm.
into the shit now, the Ragnarok shit. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, but let me get some last words because I know Stormy B. You want to go first? 'Cause we've
Yeah,
been
man.
rocked out for like 2 hours, so
Let me just say thanks for having me on, man. I don't mind talking about the movies with you guys because that's my thing.
mm,
So
I could
I
tell.
appreciate you, huh?
I said I could tell all the movie posters.
Yeah. So salute to you brothers out there, man. Keep doing your thing. And even when I'm not on with you, I'll still be out here supporting you, man.
I
So
appreciate that. I really
yeah.
appreciate
Th-
that.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Shoot, we gonna redo the black version of Little Shop of Horror too. Stormy B. We gonna make it 86 again. Uh, wouldn't that be dope? A black version of Little Shop of Horror. Imagine that. Battle Rifle, you gonna star in it. All right. You young enough to do that. Give me your last words, bro. If you did. Battle. Battle. Ah, you was there the whole time. Now you leave. All right, one more time. Battle rifle going once. Battle rifle going twice. All right, Fuller.
Okay. I just
Oh,
wanted to say,
yeah.
me I feel like I won that debate because Endgame is just an amazing
Negative,
movie.
negative, negative. You didn't win. You didn't win. See, you got see, battle rifle. Why you have to mess it up, man? He'll left it. He'll left it alone. You could have been on your Jimmy Lennon Jr. shit. They ruled it 116, 116, even a draw. This is a majority draw. Word. You could have been on your Jimmy Lennon. Left it alone. It was a draw. If it wasn't a draw, then I won the match. I'm gonna tell you. I'm on my Danny Jacobs shit. But
You already know with Avengers
oh.
Endgame, you have to win 10 rounds to get a draw, but you didn't win 10 rounds. So
Yeah, I did. I won the first 5. It was a 10 rounder. This wasn't for no belt.
this was a 15
It
rounder,
was a
man.
10 rounder.
It was a
I got
15 round.
5. I got the first 5. You had the last 5. Hell no, they ain't have 15 rounders since '88. Me and you would have never seen a 15 rounder.
I was struggling a little bit, but Stormy B Man came in and he kind of like gave me the corner advice. So
Now Stormy B cheated, man. He put something in the bottle. Put something in the bottle.
you Panama Lewis.
Nah, I'm playing, man.
Give me the one that I mixed. Give me the one I mixed.
Yeah, that's what I was watching that the other night. I
That
was watching.
peppermint.
Oh man, that was hilarious, yo. That makes me laugh. Fuller, man. Go ahead
No,
and close this out.
this was a live show, man, and I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
We got to do this again. Perhaps we do it for the dawn. We do it for the Charlo fight or something like that. And
Okay.
yeah, that'll be
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Sunday off anyway. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
What time that Charlo fight start? I'll figure it out. I'll find it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just want to shout out all of the brothers for coming on the panel. I appreciate Mac too. He stepped on for a little bit, then he jumped off. I'm in the mood for some chicken right now. Don't ask me why. I got real black on y'all.
No,
But
there's nothing wrong with that.
he says nothing wrong with but why? So I'm gonna try to figure that out. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and my crew, the Full Berserker Clan. It was your boy Ack Reacher. I never steer you wrong. And look out for me tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm out.